And happy Memorial Day to you, everybody. I'm Chris Tatum on this Monday morning with your NBC Region 33 News Brief. The city of Greenwood is stepping up its efforts to keep the green in Greenwood. It just bought a brand new residential recycling truck. Now, that truck will pick up recyclables from the curb in neighborhoods that already have recycling programs.
So it was a $400,000 grant, and part of the grant was to help Greenwood expand its recycling program, and that would include curbside recycling. So this truck will help us go to different neighborhoods in Greenwood that participate in curbside recycling, to the individual houses.
And Greenwood bought that truck with a grant it got to expand the city's recycling efforts. Well, across the Southeast, drug investigators are cracking down on pharmacies and medical clinics, and they say their investigation is far from over. It's all part of a U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency investigation that spans 4 states: Mississippi, Arkansas, Alabama, and Louisiana. So far, agents have arrested 22 doctors and pharmacists and nearly 300 other people during this sting. They've also raided 21 clinics and pharmacies, have seized more than 50 cars and hundreds of weapons, and more than $400,000 in cash. Plus, they've seized nearly $7 million worth of real estate. This investigation centers mostly on the drugs oxycodone, hydrocodone, and Xanax. The DEA says in 2013, 30,000 Americans died from accidental drug overdoses. Well, those raids are raising a lot of questions tonight, or rather this morning, about prescription drugs and how they're getting into the wrong hands and why. That's a story that we are going to get now from our state reporter, Courtney Ann Jackson.
Well, I had a patient who basically was prostituting his mother for OxyContin.
A desperate measure to feed an addiction. Dr. John Norton says it's often difficult to convince pain pill addicts that anything else could help.
People will get to a point when they get chronic opiate addictions that they kind of lose perspective on, life.
Mississippi doctors and pharmacists can now track and flag potential problems.
You can choose to do a patient request.
At Old Town Drugs in Brandon, they use the prescription monitoring program. It's offered through the Board of Pharmacy.
Especially important whenever you have patients who are wanting to pay cash for prescriptions, not necessarily cash, but pay off of insurance.
It's another example of how some pain pill addicts will try to work the system. The insurance would flag an early refill.
See if that patient's doctor shopping and if that patient is pharmacy shopping.
Dr. Norton admits that these patients get savvy and will sometimes try to fake out the doctor. He believes it's important to think about potential side effects before writing the prescription.
Look at opiates as not the messiah, the savior of kind of what, but as a risky but possible option.
This is a WNBD NBC 33